Attention, please.
This uploading is only for educational purpose.
No intention to infringe copyrights.
Learning English with subtitles, GPITRAL.
Follow us.
With the remaining 3 pairs, it's time for round 2. Now, obviously, only 2 pairs can make it through to the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 this afternoon is America. America. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our second round question concerns US state capitals and their states. In this round, we're about to show you a list of US cities which are state capitals. We asked 100 people to tell us of which state each city is capital. Richard?
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 cities on each pass. The more obscure the answer, the fewer points you're going to score. If you give us an incorrect answer, the wrong state, you'll score 100 points.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So we are looking for the US state that each of these cities is capital of. And we have got Nashville, Sacramento, Tallahassee, Lincoln, Boston, Atlanta. I'll read those all again. Nashville, Sacramento, Tallahassee, Lincoln, Boston, Atlanta. Now, as always on Pointless, you are looking for the answer that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, David H. David H.
Yeah.
Have you been to America?
Yes.
Have you been to lots of different states in America?
No.
What do you think of that board behind me?
It's a mixture of fear and panic.
Oh, there's a fear and loathing there.
So I will choose Atlanta, which I believe is the capital of Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, you're saying? Well, let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. $62. 62 for Atlanta, Georgia. Richard?
Yeah, pretty big score. People know their stuff with these sorts of things, don't they? Capital cities and state capitals and what have you. But yeah, the capital of Georgia in the deep south.
Now then, Andy. There are the US cities. I need you to tell me the name of the state of which the most obscure of those you can name is capital.
I'm so tempted to have a punt on one of them, but I'm only about 10% sure I'm right. Oh, let's be brave. Sacramento, I think, is the capital of New Mexico.
Sacramento, New Mexico. Matt, what do you think?
Hope so.
Sacramento, New Mexico. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Sacramento, New Mexico. Oh, no, Andy! Oh, no! Oh, dear! Well, unfortunately, Sacramento is not the capital of New Mexico, which I'm afraid means you score the maximum of 100 points. Richard?
Yeah, I won't say the answer just in case the other team want to have a go at that question.
OK. David P. David P., you're the last person to have this selection of state capitals, so take us on a tour through them.
OK. I've got an inkling for most of them, I think. Boston is in Massachusetts. That's the only one of those cities I've been to. Tallahassee, I think, is Florida. Nashville is Tennessee. Sacramento is California. And Lincoln, I think, is in Nebraska. I'm going to go Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Very well said. Let's see if that is right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. What do you think, James?
I'd have gone Boston.
Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said Lincoln, Nebraska. Good luck, David. Well done, it's right. Very good indeed. Lincoln, Nebraska. Down it comes. That's a fabulous score. Look at that, David P. 9 points for Lincoln, Nebraska. Richard?
Yeah, very, very well done, David. That's the way to play Pointless. Not only a correct answer, it's the best answer on the board as well. So very well done, and very well done at home as well if you said Nebraska. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Nashville is the capital of Tennessee. You've actually taken us through the whole board. That would have scored you 69. Boston is Massachusetts. Would have scored you 43. Then Sacramento, which is, as you say, is California, would have scored 27. And Tallahassee is Florida. And that would have scored 10 points.
OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. David P. and James looking very, very strong there. 9 points there. Well done. Then we go up quite substantially, up to David and Graham on 62, and then up to Andy and Matt. But you did exactly the right thing. That's what Pointless is all about. It's all about taking the big risks. You have to do that. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more US state capitals on the board, and here they come. Salt Lake City, Columbus, Denver, Albany, Austin, and Hartford. Let me say those again. Salt Lake City, Columbus, Denver, Albany, Austin, and Hartford. Now remember, we are looking for the state of which each of those cities is the capital, and you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew, James. The high scorers are Matt and Andy on 100 points. You're on 9. Should you score 90 or less with your answer, you are through to the head-to-head. What do you think?
I think Dave should have taken the second round in this one. I think I know Salt Lake City because my aunt lives there. I'm going to say Salt Lake City, state of Utah.
Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah, you are saying. There is your red line. Below that red line, you are through to the next round. Good luck. Salt Lake City, is it Utah? And how many people said it? Very well done, James. Quite right. 45 for Salt Lake City and Utah. Takes your total up to 54. You are through to the next round. Richard.
Yeah, Salt Lake City, very good answer. You can relax now for a bit. Yeah, held the Winter Olympics in 2002. It's got a big lake in it.
Now then, Matt, you are the high scorers. You and Andy are on 100 points. Your job here is to answer as obscurely as you possibly can. It's the only way you'll stay in the game.
Sadly, I don't think my knowledge of American geography is good enough for this, but we'll give it a crack. I'm going to go for Denver being the capital of Colorado.
Denver, Colorado, you're saying? Let's see if Denver is indeed Colorado, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Denver, Colorado. Yes, it's right. How far down can it take you? 59, oh dear. That scores you 59, gives you a total of 159. Richard.
Yeah, still just about in it. They call it the Mile High City because it's built at such an altitude.
Now then, Graham, this is the decider. You are on 62. Matt and Andy are on 159. Should you score 96 or less, you are through to the head-to-head. What's that board saying to you, Graham? Talk us through it.
I think I know most of them, but it's whether I want to take a gamble and try and get a point this one or not. I think Columbus, Ohio, Austin, Texas, Albany I'm not too sure of. Hartford, I think, is Connecticut. Probably the pointless answer, but I'm scared. I'll go Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Yeah. OK, Austin, Texas, you're saying. Here's your red line. If you can get below that red line, nice and high. If you can get below that, you are through to the next round. Let's see if Austin, Texas is right. And if it is, how many people said it? Yes, it's right, and you are through. Very well done, Graham. 66, that scores you. Takes your total up to 128. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Graham. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. You were right about a couple of the others. Columbus is indeed Ohio. That would have scored you 28 points. Hartford is Connecticut. That would have scored 19. And the best answer on the board is Albany, which is the capital of New York. Would have scored you 14 points.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is Matt and Andy. What have you learnt from your brief spell on your first Pointless? Any good tactics you can bring to bear next time?
I knew every single one of the capitals on the second board. Every single one.
It is a question of who'd gone first and who'd gone second.
Which is potluck, I suppose.
It is indeed potluck. It really is. But anyway, we will see you again next time. Thanks very much, meanwhile, for playing. You've been great contestants. Thank you.